Hi! I haven't uploaded a reading vlog in 4 months. I wasn't sure if anyone liked them, so let me know if I should bring them back. This is my fall reading vlog from 2024. Enjoy! X amount of years ago, and we want to commemorate that. I think I rated it 5 stars, and hear me out. I don't like being in multiple heads at once, honestly. I barely like being in this one. I mean, not to say that she's not even a real person, but like that's the video that I was... Why is the cover so cute and the writing so... Hello fam. I kind of want to do a miniature. It won't be miniature. I literally always say I kind of want to do a miniature. It won't be. It just feels like it to me because I don't know how this video is going to end. But I want to try to do a fall reading vlog because I have a lot of books that I want/need to get through this month. I have my book club book. We have decided to read That's Not My Name. That's the book that we picked from the previous footage that you saw of book club. And then I want to read some of the books that are on my fall TBR. I need to finish Apprentice to the Villain. I don't even know, working on it. Let's see how far I am into the book. 33%. So that's not very far. So I want to try to at least make it to 50% today. And then I want to read Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Those are the 3 that I'm hoping to get done in this video with you guys. And yeah, I want to show you some of the books though that I got from my Barnes & Noble trip that I had on Thursday. I went with one of my friends from book club. If you know me, you know that I rave about this series. It's so much different from the movie. I would say I'm in love with the first movie. I'd probably date the second movie, and then I'd probably kill all the rest of them. Like, I don't really care to go back and watch them, but I was in love with the first movie so much so that I went and bought the series and started reading it, and it's completely different from the movie. Completely different. So, if you kind of like the way that the first movie is set up and you like college romances, it's like hard because like I don't want to go into it saying, oh, this is a romance series, because obviously it's a romance series, but it has a lot of depth into it. Like there's a lot of like plot and just things that are not romantic. But if you like that kind of stuff, college romance vibes, please read this. But this is the 10th anniversary and I just had to get it because I don't really have any special editions of mini books. I have like, sometimes they'll come out with like the paperback version that's like the Barnes & Noble's edition, but I don't have anything where it's like, oh, we produced this or we written this X amount of years ago and we want to commemorate that. And I think I would only ever get these for like what I call 6-star reads. So it would only be this Beautiful Disaster and Once Upon a Broken Heart. I don't really have any many other books that I would probably do this for. But yeah, this was one of them. And then I went and got Hopeless. This is the next book that I have to read in the Chestnut Spring series. And my Barnes was out of it for a minute because there was like a misprint or something. So I went and snatched that up. Happy that I did though, because there was only 2 copies left. Like after I got it, there was only 1 copy left. And this girl was walking up behind me and she got the last copy. So I was like, dang. Because I've been waiting for that book for forever. And you could like pre-order it and stuff like that, but I was like, there's no need. They'll be in store. I also want to talk about this book that I finished, because I told you guys in my fall TBR that I was going to read this and finish it, and I have. So this is technically the first fall book of the year, or second fall book, because I wanted to read Assistant to the Villain, and I finished that. I finished Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. It is the sequel to Better Than the Movies, which I have that, so I can show you guys. It's the sequel to this. Aww. I loved it. I really did, but I was listening to some of the reviews. A lot of people don't like it because they said it's not rom-com vibes, and I would agree. I don't think that it's rom-com at all. So if that's what you're expecting for this book, and let's say you didn't really like the main characters in our book, but you love the rom-com feel, I definitely wouldn't pick up the next book expecting that. I feel like it is a continuation of their story. But if you really like the main characters from Better Than the Movies and you read it and fell in love with them, then I would say that you would genuinely like this. I think I rated it 5 stars, and hear me out. I think the plot is maybe like a 4.5, but the extra 0.5 for me comes in through the quotes that the author decided to use, the way that she described things, the literally just the quotes, way that she described things, because that is a big part of these books. At the beginning of each chapter, you get a quote from a movie, and the ones that she used in this, literally, I resonated so much with. And there was one at the end where I like read it and I was like, you know what? That's gonna do it for me. That's gonna do it. It sent me into a spiral on TikTok. You guys know that's one of my qualifications for a 5-star read. If you can get me to spiral on TikTok, Pinterest, start pinning things, start making boards of your book, you put me in those fields, it's 5 stars, because that doesn't happen often. So yeah, but I think that this book was good for the way that it gave backstory on our characters, because in this book you get to follow the main female character and you learn a lot of backstory on her, but you don't with the main male character. But in this book you do. But it also just showed so realistically what happens when someone gets their heart broken. Everybody deals with things differently, and the way that they deal with heartbreak in certain situations, I loved it. I feel like it gave our characters, it made them feel more real. Like, it made them feel like they had depth to them. It made them feel like if I went to, this book takes place in California, if I went to the college that they go to in California, I would expect to see them. I'd be like, yeah, they're there. They're there. And I love that feeling in books. I honestly feel so sad that people are like hating on it because it's not a rom-com. And I'm like, guys, did you read what she said it was about? Like, there's no way that it was going to be a rom-com feel. And I feel like that was the whole point. Like, you cannot hold on to the past. You cannot hold on to what you thought was in this book going on to the future of this book, and I love it. I feel like that's such a great parallel. I ended up giving this book 5 stars. I feel like right now I'm still between like a 4.5 and 5 stars, but we'll see how I feel about it at the end of the year. I definitely will change my Goodreads read ratings on my books, like once I go back through all of them. I'm planning on doing a video for that, so if I need to change it, I will. But I really enjoyed it. I think the quotes were so sweet. I think the overall main message was so good. I'm excited and happy that I finished that book. And I hope that everybody else will come to love it as much as I did, because it's really breaking my heart that they don't feel the same way that I do. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but those are the 2 books that I've already read off my fall TBR, and I'm hoping to get 3 more done in this video. So goal for today is to get as far as I can in Apprentice to the Villain, and I figured that vlogging would help me. So let's go along. And the That's Not My Name, I'm only going to buy that on my Kindle. If I really end up liking it, then I will get the physical copy, or if I feel like I need it for book club, then I'll get the physical copy. They have it at Barnes. I went with 2 of my friends. One of my friends, we went to Barnes and we found the book, and she was like, I think I'm just going to get it on Kindle because it was more expensive in person. And then another one of my friends was like, I'm going to buy the in-person copy, so we went and got it. But I think I'm just going to stick with the Kindle version because this is going to be my first thriller. I wanted The Housemaid to be my first thriller. I figured it's probably better safe than sorry for me to read this one first in case I end up hating thrillers, then I don't have to read The Housemaid, or in case I end up just like not having enough time before book club. I think we're supposed to meet the 3rd Thursday of every month, so I think it's the first week of October. We're coming up on the 2nd week of October. Today's Sunday, October 6th. So we'll have book club October 24th. Let's come along with me for the rest of the month of October and read all of my fall reads. I will say, one of my favorite things about reading on this Kindle, 1, the convenience of me being in bed. 2, I love highlighting stuff like in this book. So it's the 2nd in this like villain series, Assistant to the Villain, then Apprentice to the Villain. And one of my favorite things that the main character does is she'll like, without giving away too much, she basically like tells herself not to do these things, and it's hilarious. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I'm sitting here reading, as you guys know, and why is it a thing as we move forward in fantasy books to get so many POVs? Like, so many. I mean, the first fantasy book, you'll probably have the POV of just one of the main characters, maybe two if you're lucky. But by the second book, you have POVs of literally everybody. And I don't know if I necessarily like it. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but I just feel as if it's like hard being in the head of so many people. For instance, in this second book, we have the POV of the main characters, both of them, POV of side characters, POV of villains, POV of heroes. Like, so many POVs. But I'm determined to make it to 50%. I'm on 36%. I will come back and let you guys know what I end on. But I'm just like, it's like so hard bouncing back and forth. That's the only thing I don't like. It's good, but like, I'm tired. I don't like being in multiple heads at once, honestly. I barely like being in this one. Okay, I thought I'd give an update. It's a lot later. I think I took a break. I ended up editing a little bit because I need to get on my posting game. But anyways, it's so funny because I was editing this video where I was recording myself reading books for the summer, and I didn't scratch the video, but it's not, if I do post that video, it won't be until next summer, which is just crazy to even think about, considering just like time passes that quickly. I literally was editing this video at the beginning of the summer and had such high hopes, and just to give you guys a little, why not? It's not a secret. I wanted to get through all of the Emily Henry books this summer, and I made it through Beach Read. I made it through People We Meet on Vacation, and I made it halfway through Book Lovers before I ended up putting it down. She's a very hyped author, but for some reason, like, Beach Read was really good. I really enjoyed it. People We Meet on Vacation and Book Lovers, I'm not feeling it at all. Like, at all, which ended up me putting it down. But I feel like, one, maybe I was being a little bit judgmental with our female main character in that book. Two, I think I went into those books expecting something that was being, like, I feel like I was missold. Like, I was sold on Emily Henry being this, like, romance author, and really she's more of, like, a women's fiction. So if you don't like the woman that you're reading about, you know, not to say that I don't like her. That sounds so mean. I mean, not to say that she's not even a real person. But, like, that's the video that I was filming. I want to get back into it. Maybe I'll finish it up this year. But the whole point was to read those books during the summer. I don't know. Maybe I'll finish it. But that's what I was working on. And it just reminded me that I need to get on my zone, which is this. I'm on chapter 29. I'm 38% through. Maybe I'll get to 50 tonight. But I ended up putting it down because I swear, I study all day long. I edit. And I read. All of those require strenuous eyesight and some sort of blue light. Like, granted, I could read the book, like, the physical copy, but I don't know. So my head's hurting. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break. It's literally pitch black outside. This is the part about fall and winter that just gets with me, because on Sundays, I sleep in a little bit later because I wake up pretty early throughout the week. So this was really late. I shouldn't have done this. This was not good of me. But I didn't get up out of bed today until like 12 or 1. So I've technically only been up for 7 to 8 hours. And like, I'm about to go eat dinner right now. I'm going to make myself some chicken. And my brother, oh my gosh, my brother's home, guys. From college. He goes to a school in the western part of the state, and if you guys have been keeping up with anything in the news, that part of the state got hit by Hurricane Helene, however you say it, really badly. So his school is actually out until October 21st, which is just, I think the campus is fine, but the surrounding areas are not. So all my prayers and just wishes, thoughts, hopes go out to everyone that's dealing with that, because it's just so sad and scary to watch. Like, I'm watching places that I went to so much throughout college just not even look the same, especially Asheville. Like, I remember, like, it was all of the kids that go, pretty much if you want to get anything done, like go shopping, get your hair done, but if you want to do anything like fancy, like go out to eat, like Olive Garden, any of that stuff. It's all in Asheville, and Asheville got hit so hard, like so hard. And me and my family were just at the Biltmore estate this summer, and I just like can't wrap my head around like that. Like it's just been honestly so sad to see. So, but I say all that to say I'm glad my brother's home and safe, and he makes, don't tell him I told you guys this. Literally don't tell him. But he makes the best pasta. So yesterday I made him make me some pasta, some vodka pasta, because I went to this place in my hometown to get pasta, and it was vodka pasta with chicken. And then I got an appetizer, and then my mom also got vodka pasta with chicken. It was $100. $100. Granted, it's a upscale place, so I knew they were gonna charge already, but they charged me $16 for the chicken. $8 a piece. Plus the, like, that was separate from the pasta. I just was like, no, and it's not even that good. Like, I was like, I never buy pasta out because I don't really like Olive Garden, so I go to, like, pasta, like, places that are either, like, mom and pop or, like, actual pasta places. And I'm just flabbergasted because I never buy pasta, because why would I buy pasta when my brother makes it literally so good, better than anywhere else I've ever tasted. So when he came home, I was like, you finna get on your Zoom today, buddy. You finna get on your Zoom and you finna make me some pasta. And he did, and I'm about to go eat it. I gotta go cook the chicken to go with it though, so that's gonna take a few minutes. So maybe I'll bring my Kindle down there and read while I'm waiting for the chicken to cook. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just laying in bed reading, and I thought I'd give an update because I'm about to go to bed. I'm tired. I'm on chapter 34, 44% in, so I almost made it to 50, which I'm fine with that. But I was talking to my friend Tiana. She's in our book club, and what did I just say? I was talking to my friend Tiana. She's a part of our new book club. It's me, Tiana, Caitlin, Shaughnessy. Okay, now that we have that out of the way. She's been reading ACOTAR and like speeding through it. And I want to start speeding through it, but I told myself I was going to reread ACOTAR, like the first two, because it's honestly been 2 years, and I stopped in the middle of A Court of Wings and Ruin, so I want to go back and like reread those. I don't know. I think I will. But she's like rereading it, and she started talking about Throne of Glass, and you guys know it is my goal this year to get to Throne of Glass. Like, I want to so badly. So this month, at first I was like, oh, I'm just going to take it easy, and whichever fall books I get to, whichever ones I don't, because this is the fall reading vlog for this month. And I was like, you know what? I want to get through all of them. I do. So every single night this week, I will be reading. Fingers crossed, because I want to get through as many of the books on my fall TBR as possible. Because come like the second week of November, I'm starting ACOTAR. Or I will say the first week of November, I'm going to start my reread of the first two, while probably still reading any of the other books I have left. But it's just so crazy because like I feel like I put my life on hold for different like things that I have going on. And now I'm at a point in my life where I'm trying to be more consistent in all areas. So like trying to eat better, trying to work out, trying to read my Bible more, trying to go to church, trying to drink water, trying to study, trying to become more healthcare savvy because that's the career that I want to go into, trying to edit better, like trying to do everything on a better level instead of just picking and choosing. And it's really so hard because it takes time and progress. And yeah, I don't know why I felt the need to say all that here, but anyways, so plans have changed. Hopefully I can get a little bit of the percentage in each day. So basically today I made it like 15%. So tomorrow maybe I can make another 15%. But honestly, the second halves of books pick up so quickly. So maybe tomorrow I'll get close to finishing this book and then I can start on the book club book. I have no idea how many books I'm going to get to, but I really hope it is a lot. I have such big dreams and goals when it comes to winter. Like, fantasy is my favorite genre, and I just want to read every single fantasy book out there this year. I even want to read Harry Potter. So, you know, that's for another video. I just felt the need to say that she has inspired me to want to read as much as I can this month. That way I can happily go into my fantasy reads. Just gotta keep chug-a-lugging along. Good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow at some point to continue reading. Guys, I was gonna read outside, but it's on no, because every time I sit up, my hips hurt from my run today. But I did want to clarify that it is the next day, because I'm in the same sweater that I was in yesterday in the same spot, and I'm about to start reading. So I did want to clarify. Let's read. I've been trying to give my brain a little break by not looking at like words, but there's nothing good on YouTube. Once again, can y'all get on y'all Zooms? Me never on my Zoom. Can y'all get on y'all Zooms and post something? Dang. I'm 43% and let's see if we can get a good, you know what? If we just make it like over 50, I'm gonna be happy, to be honest with you guys, because it's so cold in here. I've turned off the fan. It's so cold in my room. I'm trying not to go to sleep. I can't sit up. I have to lay down, and there's nothing to watch on TV. I don't know how those things correlate, but it's really sending me. I was like, should I watch The Other Zoe again? Like, I just keep watching that movie over and over again. Like, at some point, we're going to have to find something new. But OBX comes out in 3 days. I bet it's coming out in parts, isn't it? You know what's crazy? OBX is one of the shows that it's good while you're watching it, but I never go back and rewatch any of it. I don't know. I just want something good, like something make me think about life. And I haven't had that in a minute. The last movie probably was The Other Zoe. It was good. It's good, but like I wanted more. It felt so quick. I need more. Honestly, the last like rom-com that really had me just sitting and contemplating life, I don't know. This isn't a rom-com, but I watched Geek Girl all in one day, and I really liked it, but I know they're not gonna do anything with it. Anyways, let's get to reading. The last rom-com that I really ever cared about was probably To All the Boys I Loved Before. I watched that movie every single day in my apartment. When my friends would come over, it would be on. I studied with it, everything. But yeah, we're reading Apprentice to the Villain. Let's get into it. I feel like it's about to pick up. Like right now, they're kind of setting the scene for what I assume is going to be the big like plot. I have some theories that I think are going to happen, but for the sake of keeping this reading vlog spoiler free, I will not be saying it. I will say though, this series was not anything that I was anticipating. I absolutely loved Assistant to the Villain. I am loving this book too. It's very slow burn. I don't know why I did that. It's very slow burn though, and I'm kind of ready for the romance to pick up a little bit. But our main guy character is determined. He's a villain. Obviously, it's called Assistant to the Villain. So the villain, he is determined to stay evil, and he says that love is the opposite of evil. So I feel like it's not gonna work out for him though. I'm just gonna go and let him know, like, you are, I fear developing feelings. Matter of fact, some would say you are down bad. Some would say you are too far gone. So you might as well just act on your feelings, because we're in book 2. We're in book 2. And we've had, dare I might say, no romantic interactions. But I'm eating it up. I love a good slow burn. Okay, let's read. Oh my gosh. I knew it. I freaking knew it. My theory was right. Wait. Stop laughing. I'm just sitting here giggling because when it is like, this book is like comedy plus fantasy with the subplot of romance, and when you get all three in a scene, you are actively in your bed rubbing your dry little feet together, kicking them around and giggling, and that's what I'm doing. It's so good. I love a good main female character that just like, you know, those female characters that have been through so much in such a short period of time that like now their sense of humor, what is the word? Like they have an odd sense of humor where like other people around them are interpreting it as like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you serious? But like you're in their head, so you know, like they're just so done. Like they're done with the performances. They're done with like overly caring. Like they're just like, it is what it is. Like what am I supposed to do about it? That is this female main character. I actually really like her. Like I really like her. And you guys know, one, her name is the name of one of my favorite female characters of all time. After that, I was like, okay. But then, to take it a step further, she's funny. I love the way that she just like loves love. That's one of my favorite things to read about is love and just like people's perspective on it, whether it's like fantasy, whether it's romance, whether it's nonfiction, like whatever it is. Or is it fiction? I never know. What's the difference between fiction and nonfiction?
From CourseHero.com, fiction refers to plot, settings, and characters created from the imagination, while nonfiction refers to factual stories focused on actual events and people.
Okay, so now we know. So nonfiction, but yeah. Guys, there's actually multiple relationships throughout the second book. I feel like you see them a little bit in the first book too. But one of them is so nerdy girl, brute, force boy coded. I don't even know if that made sense, but it's just making me giggle and kick my feet. It's like grumpy sunshine too, which is crazy. Like brute girl. You know what? I can't even explain my thoughts because I'm trying to say it in a roundabout way, but this other couple that I'm reading about is so cute. And I only have a few more minutes to read though because we have company coming over. My cousin's coming, so I'm excited to see her. I haven't seen her since. It's been a while. I think since her brother got married to my other cousin, which is crazy, but yeah, everyone's growing up. Mom and dad are fighting. And it's so, we were headed in the right direction. I was giggling, kicking my feet. Disaster struck. Miscommunication occurred. And now everyone, including myself, is nervous and scared because mom and dad are fighting. This is so sad. Can I just read you guys a quote? Please skip if you don't want to know anything. It's not a spoiler. It says, he couldn't have hurt her more if he literally reached over and slapped her across the face. Her entire life was being needed. It was her value. It was her feeble placeholder in this world. She was his assistant. Not being needed by him was robbing her of her purpose. It was cruel, and he knew it. Then she follows it up by saying he's the villain. Like, she should have known he's the villain. Oh, if that's not a woman's quote right there, I feel like, hold on, I'm trying to highlight it. I feel like so many times in life, we are hurt by the people that we hold the closest whenever we feel like we're not important to them or they're not showing us how important we are to them in that moment. And that little blurb right there, there's so many good quotes in this book that are like disguised under like the fun and like mystical magic of it all, but that one right there deserves a highlight. I'm finna highlight this whole thing. Oh my gosh. And the fact that she followed up by saying he's the villain. And then she says her first name. So, like, basically, like, he's the villain, Erica. What did you expect? No. Yes. I feel like this is the exact quote of from Little Women where she's like, no, Lori, you're being mean. Like, he's just being mean to her. Why? She's about to get her revenge, and I'm here for it. She said, cat eyes sharp enough to kill a man. I tell y'all when I read, it's just a variation of different song lyrics that I feel like would start playing in that moment. Because, you know, in movies, well, basically when I read, it's like a movie playing out in my head. This one's animated. It is in fact animated, and I think it's because of the covers of the book. But anyways, it's animated, but I'm picturing an animated Henry Cavill, which I don't even know how that's possible. It's like a mix of like Flynn Rider and you know, for our villain. And the girl is, all I know is she's brunette, which we've talked about this before. I always picture my characters as either brunette or if it like says like redhead. But even if it says they're blonde, for some reason my brain like can't picture them as blonde. So it just pictures them as brunette. Literally. I don't think there's any, even the only ones that I really pictured blonde, Tessa, because I watched the movie first. Peyton from Powerless, she has silver hair because it says she has silver hair. But, like, I literally cannot picture blonde for some reason. It, like, doesn't work in my brain. But I'm going to continue to read. I'm 53% of the way through the book. It's getting good, obviously. But I do have company coming soon. So I'll probably just see you guys at the end of the night to give you my final thoughts. Hopefully I can finish it soon. Hopefully tomorrow. You know what's crazy? I ordered a book for my fall TBR and it still has not shipped on Amazon. And I'm starting to get a little bit upset. Because it's like, I know that the book is available because other people are getting the book. So why, like, did I order it from not the right place? I mean, it's Amazon. Anyways, alright, see y'all later. This is why I love reading. Listen to this quote. It says, this is not a spoiler in any way, shape, or form. It had occurred to her many times over that impossible was merely a word people use to describe limitations they wish for you to adhere to so you wouldn't upset the balance. Facts! People always want to say stuff is impossible for you. For you. Because they're too uncomfortable and they don't want to disrupt the peace and the balance that they have in their life. This is why I love reading, because there's so many real world applications. So many. Every time we make it to the love confession in any book, I'm like, I hear the song, "The war is over." Because it's truly over. We're getting the angry love confession right now. I stopped mid-read to tell you guys that's what I'm reading. I love it so much. There are few things better in a book besides an angry love confession because they just can't hold it in anymore. Alright, I'm 60% of the way through and I think that I'm going to be taking a little break. Because it's really good. Don't get me wrong, it's really good. Romance is finally picking up. 60% of the way through. That's why in my fall TBR video, when I was talking about assistant to the villain, and I was like, yeah, there's a subplot of romance. I mean it. Don't go into this book hoping for romance, but if you like banter, it's so good. And it's so funny. Like, that's all I keep saying about it. And the storyline is so good. So I'm interested to see what happens. But we're 60% of the way through, so I think that there might be a third book. I should probably look that up. 1 second. I'm gonna look that up. Okay. It's a trilogy, so there will be a third book. I was about to say, oh, she hasn't even released the title or anything about it. I don't think. The author. No, she hasn't. But I was about to say, we're 60% of the way through, and like, although the storyline is progressing and it's not boring ever, I was like, we still have a lot of questions that are unanswered and we're discovering more things. Like, it's not like they're wrapping it up. Matter of fact, they're uncovering more stuff, so I'm like, oh goodness. But I will say, there's a few things that I'm guessing that I feel like I'm guessing right, which typically that doesn't happen. I don't ever go into books and like try to be like Little Miss Solver, like who did what. And it's not bothering me because it's so fast paced and it's so good, but I feel like that could be a thing that other people are bothered by if they're like, oh, I guessed it or I saw it coming. But I will say that I am picking up on some stuff. So I'm gonna take a break from reading because I don't want to make my head hurt, and I think I've been looking at screens today for a hot minute. So I'm gonna go try to figure out what's for dinner and then eat. I kind of want to order hibachi. That's like literally my go-to every single day. I'm like, should I order hibachi? Okay, I don't know where we last left off. I had family over and literally ate my weight in Wingstop. I don't know why, like, saying that and then really thinking about what this saying means just made me actually so sad and giggle because anyways, I am on chapter 55. I don't know what chapter I was on last time, but I've read quite a bit. I'm 69%, so basically 70% through the book. It's getting good, but like I said, I know that we're gonna end on some type of cliffhanger because more things are just being discovered. I feel like the first book was really like getting acclimated with the main characters and like it's funny vibes, and you don't really get like the full meat of the story, but like you're kind of getting little bits and pieces. This one is just like fact after fact after fact, mystery that needs to be solved after mystery that needs to be solved. Like you're trying to put together the pieces, and honestly it's not that hard. I would say this one piece, I know I can't say what I want to say, but this one piece that they're looking for, I know that they've already come into contact with this piece. They just didn't realize it, or like the thing that they're looking for is scrambled, like it's scrambled around. So I'm wondering if I'm right about that, like what they're looking for. But I really like it. I feel like it's one of those types of books where you're entertained, but it's also just like so many moving pieces, you know? And now that I know that we're probably not going to get those moving pieces till the third book, like honestly, it's kind of like the Powerless by Lauren Roberts trilogy where like nothing is really being solved yet. You're just getting thrown more pieces of like riddle here, riddle this, conflict here, conflict this. No solutions are being presented. And so hopefully I can finish that tomorrow and then start on the thriller that I have to read for my book club. And yeah, that's where I'm at. I probably won't read any more tonight though because I'm honestly kind of tired. So I think I'm going to shower. And my body still really hurts from running today. I don't know if I even brought that up here, but my hips have been hurting all day. All day. That's where I'm at. It's good. I don't really have any other thoughts other than, honestly, sometimes when I read the same book back to back, it gets hard for me to distinguish. Like, I can't distinguish between Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After because I read them in the same, like, sequence, like, one night. I think I've literally read them in the same day. Like, I read Once Upon a Broken Heart that day and then read The Ballad of Ever After that night. So I can't separate the storyline. That's how I kind of feel with this a little bit because I did read a book in between, but, like, it just feels like this is a continuation of the same things that we've been talking about. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if I'm like getting bored or what. I'm not bored. I'm just like, I'm waiting for something to happen. Something like, you know, like we've gotten little like, but nothing like, I think we got one thing that was like jaw dropping. But at the 50% mark, it was really good though. 20 percentages ago, I was like, no way. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more reading. Maybe tomorrow I'll try to sit outside and read. As you can see, I'm enjoying some outside time, reading, sitting in my favoriteest little comfort. I want to kind of finish it today, but also like anytime I try to sit outside and read, I end up just like staring off into space. I'm sure you guys saw it a few times, but I just like love looking at this view. I don't know what it is. And then like I'm laying down like this. It's like, it just looks so... It's just a good place to stare off into space and think about life. So probably gonna read like a few more chapters and then stare off into space for the rest of the time because I worked really hard today and I have to continue to work in a few minutes. What time is it? 4:30. The day is flying by and I was up at like 7. Let's keep reading. That way I can soon stare off into space. guys know how I was talking about that secondary character couple? I am really loving them. It's making the story so good. They're so cute. I think I'm done reading for a little while, but I want to give my thoughts because there's a lot. I'm 80% of the way through. I'm on chapter 66 and it's getting good. But like I said, there's so much foreshadowing. Like something just happened and now I'm like, oh no. Oh no, this isn't gonna end in happily ever after, which I don't know. I didn't really expect it to, especially since yesterday we looked up and now we know there's a third book coming, but like, I just know it's gonna end with heartbreak. Our main guy character just found something out and I want to know what it is because I have no guesses. But I don't know. I think the whole book is probably like an oxymoron, maybe. I sound crazy, but yeah, wow. Wow. I'm just sitting here like, it can't be. Are they about to pull another... You know how when you're in the middle of a fantasy book and you read the second book and it's a trilogy, you just know that second book is going to end so devastatingly, and I think that that's what's going to happen here. And I'm not ready. I'm not ready because I don't want anyone to die. I don't want anyone to go missing. I don't want any relationships to fall apart. I don't want anyone who says they're good to be evil. I can't take any more traitors. Please, they've been through enough. They've been through enough. My main girl character, she's been through the ringer. You can't put her through anymore, and I know they're gonna put her through some more. Even the secondary main character, that didn't make sense. Even the secondary female character has been through enough, and like I just know there's gonna be betrayal and heartbreak. And I like for some reason I don't know. They haven't been happy yet. Oh my gosh. I keep talking about how this book is so funny and now I'm like stressing. Like it's funny, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, no, please, keep the good vibes. I'll let you guys know. I'll probably come back when I finish it. I'm so nervous. This is the side of reading that people don't see. I say that as if people do see it. No, I'm about to sit here and think about this book for the next who knows how long because it just can't be. Hello, it is the next day. I just finished reading this book. I don't really know what I'm gonna rate it yet. Okay, how do I get out of this? How do I mark as read? Do you always have to mark your book as read on Kindle? Somebody let me know. My camera's about to die, so let's talk quickly. Or should I just come back and tell you my thoughts? Let me just let my camera charge up. So this clip was pointless. So the next book that we're going... I don't know. Let me go through my questions. Or should I go through my questions at the end and rate it at the end? Because I told you guys I was going to be rating books differently. Let's just go through it right now and we'll see how I do. This is going to be so funny to go back and edit. What were the overall vibes? Was it funny? Did it make you cry? Were you giggling and kicking your feet, etc.? Overall vibes for this book... funny, hilarious, fantasy-esque vibes, but like not your traditional fantasy book. There's magical elements that I really enjoyed. And like I said, I enjoyed our characters and it gives funny, magical book with a subplot of romance. And you don't get, you get more of a romance, I guess, in this than you did the first one. But if you're picking this up thinking that it's going to be a romantasy, it's not. I don't even know what it really is. Did you like the female main character? What did you like about her? Was she witty? Did she love love? One of my favorite things about female main characters is when they love love. I can honestly say with my whole heart, this female main character loves love, and I love looking at the way that her outlook is, and you see she goes through so much too that you expect her heart to be hardened in different ways, and I'm very interested to see how she maintains her current outlook on love. I really like her though. She is very witty, she's very smart, but I feel like there was this one scene in the book where she had to basically do something and I was like, that's not even that hard to guess, you know? That was the only time I was annoyed where I was like, ugh. Like, you could have made her still seem witty without that. I feel like that was just kind of, like, obvious or whatever, but maybe it was supposed to be. I don't know. What season did you read it in versus what season did you wish you read it in? Read it in the fall, obviously, because this is the fall reading vlog. And honestly, I'm happy I read it in the fall. I think it's very fall-esque vibes. Fall or winter, I would definitely say. Maybe you could get away with spring. Definitely not a summer, though. It's not a summer type of book. Is there overall spoiler-free tropes you could say? Small town vibes, found family, slow burn, rom-com. I would say found family and slow burn are the main tropes in this book, and then, you know, overall it has magical elements, so it's fantasy. But honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, they don't explain to you any magical, there's no magical fantasy world building system. You're reading along and figuring it out with, I guess, the characters, with the book. And I'm still confused. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I don't know if I would really classify this as a fantasy. Do you like the main male character? Yes. Like I said earlier, he gives Flynn Rider Henry Cavill. I'm picturing him as a cartoon Henry Cavill, but his attitude definitely gives either Henry Cavill in The Witcher or Flynn Rider. Do characters have depth to them or they're good backstories? The female main character has a really good backstory. I feel like we know a little bit about the main male character's backstory, but not enough for me to consider it deep. But I do like the main male character, or the main female character's backstory and substance to her character. She doesn't just feel 2D, she feels 3D. Is that right? She feels real to me. She doesn't just feel 2D, but the main male character, like I said, kind of feels 2D to me, and I'm not sure if that's because I'm picturing him as Flynn Rider / Henry Cavill, or if it's just because we don't have that much on him. Is it more plot driven or romance driven? Was it 50-50? Plot driven. Plot driven. Very much plot driven. What's a book that this reminds you of? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is gonna be hard. I honestly, the comedy reminds me of, like I said earlier when I was talking about that book, it reminds me of my roommate's a vampire, like the funniness of it. And like the main male character has the same type of humor as that character. Honestly, they kind of act similar, so I would say in that regards. But as far as the fantasy like esque magical system, it kind of reminds me of, it's nothing like I've read, but I would think the closest thing to it is probably Once Upon a Broken Heart. But I do think that Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy was done better, and you like, honestly, it reminds me of Carvel. Because you don't understand any of the magical pieces in Carvel at all, I feel like, until like the end of the second book, third book. That's what this is giving. So that's my answer. Did you binge this book? How late did you stay up reading it? Did you give yourself a headache reading this? No, I didn't binge this book. I did binge the first one and give myself a headache reading it, which is how I know that one was 4 stars and it was good. This one, I didn't get the same vibes. I feel like I've read it at a natural pace. But I will say that while I was reading it, I was engaged. But I didn't want to read it for super duper long periods or like risk, sleep, stuff like that. Is there a movie on it? Did you picture the characters that way? Which is better? In which order did you watch it? There's not a movie on this, and I already told you. For the main female character, I just picture her as a brunette, like a really pretty brunette. Honestly, if you want to be honest, she could probably be like the main girl character in The Witcher if you want, but she doesn't really have like a specific face. She's just a pretty brunette. Those are the vibes on these 2 books. The next one that we're going to be reading is called That's Not My Name. This is the one that the book club that I'm a part of picked. It's Tiana's book that she put into the little, we just did a number generator and that's how we picked book. My book did not get picked. But fingers crossed for fantasy. I don't know what I'm going to put into the chat for a fantasy. Let's see. It's $7.39 on Kindle. Oh! I always forget that on Kindle, there's no like double click. As soon as you click it to buy it, it just automatically buys it. So I bought it. But let's start. This is our current read. I'll put the actual like picture up on the screen. It's very brief. I can't believe this is going to be my first thriller. I think it's like 300 pages. It says, for my dad, you would have been the most excited about this. I would miss you always. Oh no. Not the tears. Oh gosh. The first chapter opens up on a banger. I'm not going to start this right now though, because I do have other businesses and bookings to get started. But I will update you guys. And I'm going to try to get maybe a chapter or 2 in tonight. Look who's here, Chad. Chad, I want you to do a little favor for me. Chad? Chad?
What the frick?
Okay, you need to go.
No, I had to tell you something.
Pick which book you think I like the best. This is the first one, this is the second one.
Dang, stop switching them. Hey, you're recording.
Chad.
I never see you recording.
Callie made it home, guys. Alright, I have to read though. So you need to... Is he throwing the gym? Guys, I look crazy right now because I've been reading. It's 1:16 a.m. and I'm on chapter 21. I'm 70% of the way through. I think I'm just gonna stay up and finish it. Is it really good? No, but I have the type of personality where if there's anything in the book that like I can't figure out, like I have to like read until I like get to a good stopping point. So I don't know if I'm gonna finish it or not. If the mystery is solved before then I'll probably put it down and go to sleep. Sorry, my siblings are currently outside yelling out of my door, which is another reason why I don't sleep when they're both here. They're crazy. But the feelings that I have towards this book right now, anger for our main male character, sadness, confusion for our main female character, secondary characters, just I'm gonna continue to read though and figure out what is gonna go down because it has to go down sooner or later. Hopefully sooner rather than later so I can go to sleep. But this is also why I don't film at night because look at how I look. Hair thrown up. I look like a rat. Okay, I'll update you if I come back tonight and finish it, or in the morning I'll update you. Guys, why did I think this book wasn't going to be scary? Why did I think this wasn't going to be scary? Something just happened. Shh. I had to turn on my lights and grab my camera. Now I'm scared, but I have to keep reading. Oh my gosh, bro. Toast. Freaking toast. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Maybe. I don't know if I could turn the lights off. It's not scary. It's just like very thriller-y because it's a thriller book. At least it's YA. But like, here's the thing. I was thinking YA kind of like, you know, cute, fluffy. Not fluffy, like, I don't know. I guess A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is like YA and there's literally murder in it. But I don't know. This one's kind of scary. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited I can't even read. Because, oh my gosh, yes, let's go. Like, I'm like skipping sentences trying to read it faster. No, they're gonna be too late. Shoot, I'm on chapter 23. I gotta go. I will update you guys. I'm keeping the lights on. I finished the book. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. I don't know if thrillers are for me because now I'm like so sad. Like, I'm just so used to reading books where the outcome is always positive and happy and not so heavy. I don't know. I'm about to text in the group chat, finish the book. Or should I wait in the morning? Actually, I'll just do it on Goodreads and wait in the morning because it's pretty late. It's 2:30. Shall we go through my questions? I wish I had the physical book to hold, but I don't. And I don't know if I'm going to buy it. I think I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. Read in one sitting. 3.5 stars. Oh, by the way, I met my book goal earlier today. I have officially read 31 out of 30 books now. But yeah, let's get through my questions. I'll just hold up my Kindle so you guys know what book I'm talking about, or I'll put it on the screen, but I'll do both. We might as well go through them because I don't think I'm going to be getting any sleep anytime soon because I'm just like, that cannot... Ugh. What were the overall vibes? Was it funny? Did it make you cry? Were you kicking your feet and giggling? Definitely wasn't kicking my feet and giggling. Overall vibes were speedy because I wanted to know what happened, but also very ominous, very high stakes, very is everything gonna be okay type of vibes. Did you like the female main character? What did you like about her? Was she witty? Did she love? Okay, this isn't a romance book, so I will say our main girl character, it's so hard to answer. But she loves love. She was very witty. And I feel like I can't say that I didn't like her because that's just not this type of book. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. What season did you read this in versus what season do you wish you read it in? I read it in the fall. I think it is great for the fall or the winter. Is there overall spoiler-free tropes you could say? Small town vibes, found family, slow burn, rom-com. I would definitely say small town vibes for sure. And I would say, once again, just like a very ominous type of book. Did you like the main male character? Yes. Heartstrings were tugged the entire time. Wow. I don't even think I could tell you his name. But I did really like him. Very honorable, very admirable. Who did you picture while reading this? Honestly, I didn't picture a single person. It was not that type of book, once again. I actually pictured, they make a lot of Ted Bundy references, so that's what I pictured when I was thinking about some of the scenes. But I didn't picture any of the main characters, really. Do the characters have depth to them? Were their backstories good? You know what? The backstory was explained. It was there, but I won't say that it provided any depth. I feel like it wasn't that type of book, but it's very interesting because I feel like thrillers are really the only type of book where you could just say what needed to be said and be done with it. I feel like it was done really well where the backstory information provided on all of our characters was good, but it's not descriptive. Like, you just are blatantly told, if that makes sense. Did our characters have depth to them? Yes, but not because of the backstory. I would say they have depth to them based on you watching them go through the different circumstances that they go through in this book. Is it more plot driven or romance driven? You know what? I'm gonna say it's 50-50. I'm gonna say it's 50-50. If you read this and you want to battle me on it, that's fine. But I feel like everything was done out of love, if you know what I'm saying. What's a book this reminds you of? Nothing. It reminds me of movies, but it does not remind me of, you know what's so crazy? I am, like, when I was reading this, I was picturing a movie in my head, but I've only ever seen TikTok clips of this said movie. If you read this book, you know what movie I'm talking about, but saying it will give it away. But that's what I was picturing. Oh my gosh, that's so awful. Did you binge this book? Yes. How late did you stay up reading it? It is currently 2:35 a.m. Did you give yourself a headache while reading this? I thought I was going to, honestly. I thought I was going to have a headache. But I think that fear took over. Self-preservation took over, and it was like, you don't have time for a headache. Is there a movie on it? Did you picture the characters that way? Which is better? And which order did you watch it? I don't think there's a movie on this. Yeah, so those are my thoughts about the book. I think I would give it either like 3.25 or 3.5. This is my first thriller, so I really don't have anything to compare it to. I just feel sad. And I don't know if I want to feel those vibes. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It was not a letdown by any means. I don't have anything to compare it to, so I feel like reading a few more of like the thriller YA books that I have on my list will be good, and reading like The Housemaid will be good. Dang. I feel conflicted. It's 2:36. I should go to bed. This is going to be something to talk about. Honestly, when we go to talk about this in book club in a few weeks, I don't think I'm going to have anything to provide to the conversation other than like, dang, wow. Maybe if the girls have read more thrillers, they could be like, oh, this wasn't good because blah, 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 blah. Or, oh, this was portrayed really well because blah, blah, blah. I just feel like I have nothing to go off of, and I'm kind of sitting here shell shocked because I don't know. I come from a world where it's lighthearted and just fluffy. And this was not that. I can tell you that much. This was not that. But if you're into the ominous thriller type of vibes and you want a YA thriller, I don't see why you wouldn't pick this up. I mean, I thought it was good. But then again, take that with a grain of salt because I've never even read a thriller before. I just can't believe. Oh my gosh. Guys, now my Alexa is being weird. I don't know. I don't know. I just keep thinking about how in shock I am. And like maybe that's how a thriller is supposed to like leave you. So I'm like, wait a second. It might be like I don't think my rating is good. Like I'm genuinely, because I didn't see it coming. Oh my gosh. I'm like genuinely contemplating life. I literally got back up to get the camera. I need something lighthearted and fluffy next. Like, I know I'm supposed to be getting in the spooky mood, but that was enough for me. About to pick up the pumpkin spice cafe. What the frick was that? I'm genuinely at a loss for words. Like, there's no freaking way that I just read that. And it just did that. Wow. Oh my. I have to go to bed. But like my brain is just like, it's like in shock, Loki. It's like buffering. It's like, is there a part 2? Is there another book? I don't know. This feeling's for me, guys. Why did I even think that thriller books would be a good idea for me when I don't even like Dateline? Lights off.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm not scared or anything like that. I just feel like, wow, you know? Alright, I guess I'm gonna scroll on TikTok. You know what I did too? I got on TikTok and looked up, like, what people were saying. And I'm glad to know I'm not alone. Because what the frick was that? Should I get the book just to remember that that was my first thriller? Like, I know I said, like, literally all of my thoughts are changing. I first picked up the camera, I was like, I'm not buying that book. That was so scary. But, like, I think that that's the point. It's a thriller. It's supposed to be a little bit unnerving. This one was a lot of bit unnerving to me. Guys, I might have to retire this whole thing, to be honest with you. I'm glad we picked something YA, though. Because I don't think I could have handled any of those other ones they were throwing around out there. Dang. My mom would love this junk. She would eat it up. Okay, hello guys. It's been, I think, a day or two since I finished reading, what was the last book we read? That's Not My Name. Let's talk about that. I did talk about that book at like 2:30 something in the morning. This is crooked because I'm laying in bed, so whatever. I hadn't been able to stop thinking about that book since, but I feel like I give every single book that I read 4 stars. Kid you not. Like, I think I just love reading so much to like literally, unless the book is gosh awful or there's like obvious things that I know that I don't like some books I pick up, I know that they're not gonna be a 4 or 5 stars just because they will have like certain things that I don't like, but I still read them because either they're popular and I want to be in the know, that's a big thing, or I just need like a quick, easy like romance palette cleanser. But I just like keep thinking about it, and the other day I was listening to, or not the other day, it was literally yesterday. I was in the coffee shop and the song Daddy Issues by The Neighborhood came on. And I was in the middle of typing, stopped typing, and just like listened to the lyrics because I was like, that is so ominous, creepy, and it goes perfectly well with the book. So if you ever want to read the book, listen to that song afterwards. But yeah, I don't know. I just keep thinking about it, and I'm excited to see book club's thoughts on it. But yeah, I think I might change my rating at the very end of this video when I go back through, because I initially gave it, I think, 3.5, but I don't know. We'll see, because I have more thrillers. I don't know why I always do quotes, but I have more, like, thrillers to read and mystery books. But I started the Pumpkin Spice Cafe tonight. I'm on chapter 5, and it's really giving, I can see where people say it's giving Gilmore Girls. Yeah, I'm vlogging.
Oh.
What's up?
None. Good night.
Good night. I can see where people say that it's giving Gilmore Girls, because there's just like, there's a scene in here that is it's like a scene that's present throughout the show of Gilmore Girls without saying too much. But I want to say this is if Lorelai didn't run off at 16, when she runs off at 16 after she has Rory in the show. This would be if Lorelai didn't get pregnant and didn't run off until after, like, she graduated from college, and then she was like, okay, this is just too stressful for me, like, I need to live life on my own terms and, like, take care of my mental health. This is what I would imagine her to be like then, and then it would be as if she met Luke, like, immediately. Because here's the thing that I don't understand about the show Gilmore Girls. Luke lives in the town. He's lived in the town his whole life, right? Lorelai moves to the town when she's 16. But they don't interact until she's 32. So I'm imagining these two characters as if they're in their mid-20s, like 24, 25. I actually have no idea how old they are, but that's what I'm assuming. She might be a little bit older. I don't know how old she is, but that's what I'm assuming. I'm going to assume that they're in their mid to late 20s, and that it's kind of Lorelai and Luke if they would have met before she was in her 30s, in her early 30s, and she didn't have Rory. Confusing, but that's what I'm picturing it as. I don't really have too many thoughts. Our main female character, she's a little quirky, but at the same time, I feel like she's quirky and unsure of herself, but also sure of herself at the same time. So I don't really know. I feel like I need to be more connected to her, and I'm not right now. But I am rooting for her because she doesn't have any friends or any connections. So I love reading about books where the main female character ends up making, like, friends and connections outside of, like, the romantic aspect. So hopefully that happens and I can connect more to her. The main guy character, I don't really have too many thoughts about him. It's your typical, what you would imagine in a romance book, like grumpy guy, chatty girl. So that's kind of like, I don't know, as I read more and more, I'm like, ugh, you know? Because, like, you read about that so much, but I'm not hating it. So, but I think I'm going to be done for the night. I'm about to dog ear my page. So if that triggers you, don't watch. But my bookmark's on my desk. I'm not getting up. I'm on page 45. I'll read some more tomorrow. I have a hair appointment tomorrow, and it's going to take me probably all day, or a good chunk of the day. So I don't think I'm going to bring that book in there. I think I'm going to bring my Kindle, just because it's light, and if it gets, like, water or anything on it, it should be fine. So I'll probably start 2 books at once, which is very interesting. I don't know. I need to look and see, like, what's on my fall TBR. I do have some of the books up here, but the only books that I have up here that I would be able to start is, I guess I don't know if I should read another thriller right now, because I'm still thinking about the other one. So I don't think I'm going to read a thriller, because I have The Housemaid up here. I have Truly Devious, and I have The Naturals. So maybe I'll start The Naturals tomorrow while I'm at the coffee shop. Oh, I should see if they have, but that's a thriller too. Like, all the rest of the books that I have are thrillers. The Cinnamon Bun whatever has still not been shipped, guys. I think they just shipped it, actually. Let's see if it's on Kindle Unlimited, because I don't want to buy it, because I already bought it off Amazon. It's not on Kindle Unlimited. Nope. So I won't be, and I wouldn't even be able to start that because it's the second book to the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. So literally I have no choice unless it's starting one of the dark academia, like, mystery books, or it would be starting another thriller. I do want to read, I didn't include this on my fall TBR, but I meant to. It's Verity by Colleen Hoover. Let's see if they have that on Kindle Unlimited. But I heard Verity was very, scary too. It's not on Kindle Unlimited, which is good. So it looks like I'll be starting The Naturals. Why is it $13.99? That's expensive. I don't even think I paid that much for it when I got it. That's crazy. Yeah, so I'll probably bring this with me tomorrow at the hair place. I wonder how many pages The Naturals is. Shall I Google it? Let's Google it, and then I'm going to bed. It's been such a long day. If only you guys knew. Today was a rough one, but not everything's for the internet. That's what I tell myself. I'm so excited. Like, I was thinking about, before I picked up the camera, I was just reading this book, and I was like, oh, I should probably pick up the camera and, like, film myself a little bit. The Naturals is 352 pages, so I feel like that's not bad. I feel like, depending on how chatty everyone is, and how much I can read, or, like, how fast I can read, I feel like I could get a good, like, 100 or so pages into that book, but I always overestimate. I'm like, yeah, like, it won't be that hard. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh, I was thinking about, I was watching a book video, like a book YouTuber's video, and they were talking about, like, sets that they bought in preparation for the winter, and I was like, you know what? I was thinking about the fantasy books that I wanted to read, and I'm just so excited. I have a few that I'll tell you guys, just for kicks and giggles. Definitely want to get through ACOTAR, obviously, because I want to start Throne of Glass. Those are my 2 top priorities. I need to finish Divine Rivals, so, like, the second book in that, Ruthless Vows. I need to finish Iron Flame. I'm probably over 75% of the way done with that book. I don't know. I just stopped it because I was like, I need a romance. So, there's that. ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, Ruthless Vows, Iron Flame. I'm trying to think. I know I want to read the second Percy Jackson book before the second, like, season comes out, because I've been obsessed with that. I need to read 2 Twisted Crowns, and yeah, so I'm just excited to get into some fantasy books. I think that that's probably more than enough, because I don't know, but I think this year I'm probably going to extend fantasy a lot longer, because I cut it off kind of short last year, because I read fantasy books in March, sort of, kind of. I read One Dark Window. But the last fantasy book that I read, besides, like, Reckless, because that came out in the summer, I think it was in March. So this year I'm probably going to wait until, like, literally the summer before I pick up a romance. Or, like, start picking up, like, multiple romances in a row. I might do some palette cleansers. I was thinking about reading Hopeless, too. Because I got it the other day when I went to the bookstore. And I was like, I really want to... Let me tell you something. I want to read Hopeless because it is the last book to complete the series, and then I can move on to the other one. But, like, I just feel like, one, I'm not excited to read it because the main character in that one is just, I feel like it's going to be so heavy. It's gotta be. There's no way to make that situation fluffy and light. 2, they've been talking badly about the female main character's family the whole time. Like, there's no incentive for me to want to read it. 3, they've never hinted or, like, had any, like, conversations. Like, you know, we haven't, like, it's kind of, like, he could have been with anyone, honestly, and I would have been like, okay, whatever. But this person, I'm like, okay, like, it doesn't really make sense, you know? And then it's just, like, I'm not really obsessed with the trope. But, you know what I'm going to tell myself? I was thinking about this because I was like, okay, obviously, him being in this profession kind of just, like, turns me off a little bit. I was like, I don't want to read about that. But I was like, I'm going to pretend it's Peterkins. And that'll solve all my issues right there. So, those are my thoughts that I have about all the books in general. But I'll probably read some more Pumpkin Spice Cafe and start The Naturals tomorrow while I'm getting my hair done. Callie said it best. Good night, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let me grab my book so I can hold it while I'm talking. Anyways, I started this book while I was in the hair salon. It's the next day, by the way. I started this book while I was in the hair salon on my Kindle. It's really good. It is definitely, I would classify it as thriller-ish because there's a POV that you get. It's not like a typical, it's not anything that I've read before, honestly. But there's a POV of you being in the mind of, like, a serial killer. Ooh! And it just has me all sorts of messed up, like, reading it. Because at first I was like, I don't get it. Like, who is this person? Because it's not, like, under anybody's name. It just says, without giving too much away, like, at the beginning of each chapter, you know how it says somebody's name? It doesn't say a name. It just says you. That's creepy. So, anyways, I think I made it to, let's see. I made it to chapter 7, so I'm 16% of the way in with this book. But I'm only going to allow myself to read the naturals when I am out and about. And when I'm here, I'm going to try to finish up the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the books that I have here physically that aren't on Kindle Unlimited. So, Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I think I talked to you guys about this yesterday. Yeah, I ended on chapter 5, so maybe I'll try to get another 2 chapters in today. But right now I'm gonna relax, okay? I spent a long time at the hair salon. I'm ready to relax and not read for a bit. So, what do you guys think? I dyed my hair back black a while ago, but the red was still peeking through, so I went and got it redone. Yeah, I like it, so that's all I had to say was that I started the naturals. I actually really like it. Even though I'm 16% of the way through, 7 chapters in, I still don't have a clue what's going on. Really. Really. I feel like we're just getting to the plot of the movie. The plot of the book. Reading, and I have something that I have to say. I have to. I'm talking about page 50 if you're reading the book or if you read it. What gives them the right? I guess because we're inside of the character's head. This poor, anxious, you can just tell she's overly anxious. She talks about the reason why she's anxious, and they're just gonna do this? Like, what happened to the small town nice vibes? I guess she's an outsider, but still, like, I don't like it. That's nasty. That's rude. I don't know. And then they're doing the thing where, like, someone's like, what is that saying that people say? I don't mean to be rude. Or they're like, I'm not trying to be mean, but if you have to say, I don't mean to be rude, or I'm not trying to be mean, what you're about to say isn't definitely finna be rude, and is definitely finna be mean. Just say what you want to say, and then be like, I'm sorry. But you're not really sorry. You're not really sorry, because then you would just hold it in, I guess. What the heck? Great? What's wrong with her? Okay, at least Hazel's nicer. Because what the freak? I will say I'm living for the southern, like, metaphors and slang because I hear it so much around here and with my own family, but it's not as common as it, like, used to be. But anyways, this one, that man is nuttier than a squirrel in spring. Yesterday, I literally listened to one of my family members. They were like, what did they say? They compared somebody to a snake, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, dang. But I just love those sayings like, oh, she's sweeter than a biscuit, or I don't even know. But I like this one. That man is nuttier than a squirrel in the spring. I will say something that I'm like picking up on as I read more and more novels. I feel like when it comes to the writing style of authors, it's so easy to be taken out of the story by the way that they use certain, like, or the way that they structure their sentences versus, like, I don't know, different authors. It's just something that I'm picking up on. I feel like I can't really tell with this one because one, I'm in the beginning. I'm only on page 62, so that could have something to do with it. Like, I was thinking about an Elsie Silver book. When I read her romance books, it feels like there is no third wall, like, interrupting every single, like, so often. Like, those books where you're reading, and you're reading the characters' words, but then you're reading, like, it's like this third person, like, standing over the story narrating. Literally a narrator. I don't know why I had to describe it like that. I feel like that kind of takes me out of the story a little bit, versus when you just have the POVs of the characters. It takes me a minute to get used to it, but the story that I just read, that's not my name. I feel like that one was pretty dual point of view. But the assistant to the villain and the apprentice to the villain, that author kind of does it too, but for some reason it didn't bother me. I think it's because the plot was really moving, but this plot is kind of it's just a lot of like, she's so smitten, he's so smitten, but we can't be together. Like, I don't want to hear that every other sentence. Okay, let's pick it up. Let's pick it up. Let's see where we're going. Let's have some drama or something. Like, that's the thing. You can't tell me you're going to give me small town with no drama. Gotta be drama. But then again, I just read a little blurb that I was telling y'all made me upset. Because, like, why are you doing that? But anyways, that's all I have to say. Y'all, men in romance books be like, I'm gonna go hang out with her and keep it simple. Matter of fact, I'm not finna flirt. Matter of fact, I'm not even finna compliment her. Within the first 30 seconds, I like a woman like that. Like, what? My guy, did you forget the plan that you formulated last chapter? It just left your mind when you saw her? It just be having me weak. Without fail. That is exactly how it goes every single time. And every single time I laugh at it and I eat it up. Okay, let me give you guys an example of what I mean. It was well past midnight when they rolled out the sleeping bags. Thanks for bringing these. I'm not much of a camper. You could probably have guessed that. Just imagine how I'd be in the tent with no lock and all manners of creepy noises outside. Nowhere does it say who said that. And I have to assume that it is one of the characters. First of all, I assume the first line is the narrator. Then I have to assume the second line is one of the two characters. And I have to assume which one it is. Why are we writing like this? Like, I just feel like the writing is like, yeah, it's not giving. I think that here's my thing. If you're gonna do, this is what I noticed with the apprentice and the assistant to the villain. Even though there is a narrator, at least at the very end of each, or every so often, she says, like, who said what. And then she has the chapter titles of who says what. The writing is bothering me so badly. I'm gonna push through, because I want to at least finish this book. Maybe I don't read the Cinnamon Bun. I probably will, though. But, like, it's just annoying me. Like, really badly. For some reason with this book. I'm like, why is the cover so cute and the writing so... I don't know. I also think it's because I've read a lot of really good books recently. So that could be it, where the writing and the storyline was just impeccable. I mean, That's Not My Name, Assistant to the Villain, Apprentice to the Villain. I read all of the Elsie Silver books, minus Hopeless, from the Chestnut Springs. I've also read, oh my gosh, just so many good books. So I'm like, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It's irking me, though. I'm going to probably finish up this chapter or two. I said I was going to get to page 100, so that is, I'm on page 75 right now. Page 100 is probably like chapter 10. So I'll probably read the chapter 10, 2 more chapters, and then call it a night. But I think it just is like pulling me out of the story, because I'm like, wait. I mean, obviously, like, context clues, you can figure out who's saying what. But it just, like, it feels choppy when I'm reading it in my head. So that's taken away from the overall picture of the story. Because, like, I see, as most people do, a picture when I'm reading. Like, it's like a movie playing out in front of me. And I want to like it so bad. I feel like I go into most books, like, hoping to love it and fall in love with it. And I'm also just, like I told you guys, want to read fantasy so bad. Like, I'm holding back a little bit. But, like, fantasy is where it's at. Like, I am giggling and kicking my feet with almost every single fantasy book that I pick up. So with those two things, one, the story not flowing, the sentences and the words are throwing it off. So the story is not flowing the way that I would like it to. It's already moving a little bit slower. It's a little slower paced. There's no Oh, and then the fact that I want to get into fantasy, and then the fact that I read The Naturals today in the hair salon, that was getting so, like, I had to put it down. I was like, I have to put this down or I'm gonna just neglect this book. And I really want to read this book for the fall. So you know what? I'm just gonna stop complaining, suck it up, and keep reading. But yeah, those are my thoughts right now. I'll probably come back later tomorrow. I won't come back tonight because I'm about to change into my night clothes and go to bed and read. But let's do better, guys. I'm talking to you guys as if there's like, but I don't know. It's just something that you pick up on. I always wonder too, if I go back and read my favorite books, would I also get ached out by like the new things that I recently learned that I like and don't like. So, but good night. I'm going to continue to read, and I will let you guys know my thoughts in the morning. Hopefully I can finish this book by like, I don't know, Wednesday, Tuesday, so I can move on. I don't know if I'm going to get to all my books. I'm going to be honest with you guys, but I'm going to try for the sake of the fall video. Try to get through as many as I can, but I think I have like 4 more standalones before I get to my series. But a lot of them are thrillers, and I'm just nervous about thrillers. I'm even nervous about The Naturals, because what the frick do you mean? Creepy? Good night. Okay, I have something to say because I've been reading. I really like our female main character, and she kind of has this, like, persona about wanting to slow down and look at life in a different way after being, quote-unquote, raised, or like, I don't know what the correct word is, like just living life a different way from the previous way that she was living it, which I feel like we can all relate to, because her past life, or like her past few years of living, it's been fast and speedy, and she said she graduated college and just like immediately jumped into the next thing, and I feel like that is so relatable. So I'm relating to her now, because I remember I said yesterday like I wanted to relate to her more, and I felt like I couldn't at the time, but now I do, because I find myself wanting to live a more, I wouldn't even call it like relaxed, that's not the right word, especially with the job that I'm trying to go into, but just like slowing down and like spending more time with family, cooking more, like just doing simpler things that were so common back in the day, and now they're not, because we have like what is on me? We have fast food, we have all these things that just make like life so much more faster, and even though the other things might take more time and might be more annoying in the moment, delayed gratification, like it's so much better for me personally. So I like that is kind of a main theme that I'm seeing in this book. So I wanted to say that. There's something else that I wanted to say too, but I forgot. Oh, they're kind of, now when they're flirting it's good, but like when it's just like, no, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be with you. That annoys me. Like, I wish we could just, like, acknowledge, like, yeah, I want to be with you. But, like, I don't know how. Like, that's better than just, like, Okay, that's all I had to say. Hello. It is the next night. I'm supposed to be studying, and I was studying, if you can see my little setup over there. I still have some more flashcards left to do, but I desperately don't want to do them. So I think I'm gonna read. Is that smart? No. But I figured I could probably make a bargain with myself, like, read 2 chapters, do a few flashcards, read 2 chapters, do a few flashcards. So that's going to be my goal. So we're going to sit at I don't know, we might sit over here on this chair. I'm going to bring my laptop over here. And then maybe I can get some work done, but I've been working since like 7. Actually, I've been working since 6, but school-related stuff since like 7. And I had such a long day today, guys. You guys don't even know. But I've been thinking about the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is a good sign. Because I'm like, I wonder what's going to happen next. Like, I wonder which way the story's going to go. Because I saw something. I can't remember if it was on Pinterest or what. It had to be on Pinterest, because I don't interact with any book that I'm reading on TikTok, because you just run the risk of spoilers so much. So I think it was something on on Pinterest, where I was like, what? What is wrong with me? But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Gonna read and do flashcards for this, and I was trying to watch YouTube, but like for some reason, like I can't do that. Like in my brain, I can't have any show on in the background whether I'm reading, whether I'm studying, whether I'm editing, I can't do it. I can listen to music while I'm studying, not when I'm editing. Like, I don't know why. I just really can't. And I just started being able to listen to music. Did I even come back and talk to you guys yesterday after I read? I don't even know. But it's getting good. It's getting good. Like I said, I'm connecting more to our female main character, which is great. I think that's why I've been thinking about it more. And then 2, I feel like our main male character is full of it. In the best way possible. Like, no, I'm going to stay away. I'm going to stay away. And then he's like, oh, I have some free time. Let me go get some coffee. Like, dude. Dude. It's giving fall, though. Like, it's putting me in the fall mood. I think I'm going to... I don't know. I kind of like to front load or, like, stack up the front part of my week with, like, videos, editing, studying. I think I'm going to decorate my room for fall this week. I don't know at what point. I don't really have fall sheets, though. That's always been my issue. But I can make the front part of my bed or the top part of my bed look like fall. So I think that's what I'm going to do either today or tomorrow. And I'm going to switch out some other stuff and just make my room fall cozy because we're in the second week of October, I think. Like, I need to get crack-a-lack and I need to do that video. But other than that, in this video, I don't really think I'm going to be doing any more fall-related things. I once said that I was going to do a vlog, but I think decorating my room will be a little bit of a fall-ish vlog. Just because I have so many moving pieces right now, I just, like, can't even... I really haven't been vlogging my life the way that I typically do. And it just, like, normally I would be really sad, but I feel like life is just getting so busy that, like, I genuinely don't even have the time to pick up the camera and talk to the camera the way that I would like to. Like, even this feels sporadic. It's not my normal way of going about things and the process that I use in my brain when I think of, like, video ideas and stuff like that. And it's really making me nervous because, as you guys know, I really want to do Vlogmas. But, like, that just in itself takes so much effort, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know, but I'm going to be great. So who knows? Who knows what I'm going to do? I'm going to read and I'm going to update you guys, of course, along the way. I just have to say this. I relate so much to the main male character's outlook on love. Like, he is me. Like, nah, I don't even care for real. Like, I don't even care. Like, I'm gonna just go get some coffee. Like, I'm gonna just go get some coffee. Oh my gosh, they're looking at me. Oh my gosh, they're looking at me. Oh my gosh. What? Why would you do that to them? Sticks up for them. Oh my gosh. Him saying this line, I just have to read the line because I don't sound like I'm making sense. Her fingers were still intertwined with his as they were running through the rain. His heart was already storing these moments away for later to obsess over when he couldn't sleep, unsettled but happy. Okay, so just call me out with that one quote. Like, so yeah, I might store out memories for later to obsess over that probably mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, so what? He's a hopeless romantic and I love it. Like, love it. The main female character, is she a hopeless romantic? I would say so, but I also see so much of myself in her, which is just crazy. I feel like the main male character is like younger Erica. And the female main character is like older Erica. Like, no, we need to focus on this. We need to focus on finding ourselves. We don't have time for that, okay? And if something good comes along, something good comes along. Without saying too much, I feel like she is a little bit, but like you can just tell that there's so much more that she wants and she doesn't want this one thing to like essentially go bad and like ruin the experience. But with him, I definitely see, like, lover-coded, hopeless romantic. Like, he's trying so hard to be grumpy, it's not working. Just stop with the grump. Just stop with the grump, cut it out. It's not you, it's not you, it's not you, it's not us. I'm gonna finish out this chapter and then, oh my gosh, just one page. That's so sad. I've read 3. I'm gonna finish out this chapter and then probably do some flashcards and then probably go to bed because it is really late. I might read some more, but I probably won't because I'm so tired. I'm so tired. We took Callie back to school today, which is, bittersweet. Happy to have my bathroom back to myself, but also kind of sad because she would have been in here by now. If she heard me giggling and kicking and screaming, she would have been like, can you please be quiet? Like, why are you doing all this over a book? But I only have Jaxie here, so, and he will go back soon, and then it'll really just be me giggling and kicking and screaming all alone. I don't know why I felt the need to share that, but good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I really want to be done with this book soon, like I said, so I can get into the naturals. I don't know, though. One other person in our book club has finished That's Not My Name. She said that it left her feeling eerie, too, and the naturals is just, like, the fact that one of the POVs is in the mind of... Oh, it's so messed up. Like, you're reading, I guess, like, you're reading this stuff and, like, you should be repulsed by it, Like, if you're not, like, But, like, I'm just like, why are you writing about this? I don't want to read about this. Like, I don't know. I've been thinking about that. Like, I've been thinking about, in my day-to-day life, thrillers. I really don't know if they're going to be for me. I really don't. We'll see how A Good Girl's Guide to Murder does. That will be the testament, and Housemaid. Those two will be the testament of it all. I've got to read Verity, too. I keep saying this as if I'm not going to continue to read these books, so maybe I should just be quiet. Because it's obvious that I'm going to read them. I mean, I bought them. I'm sorry. I also have to say this. I just finished this literally 30 seconds later. I'm on chapter 15. But he just said a line. Immediately my head. Can I go where you go?
Can we always be this close forever?
Literally, but go wherever she goes. Literally, anytime I read a line that I like, I'm immediately, my brain's like, we've seen this before in a song. I'm really enjoying my time reading now. I feel like getting into a book is always hard, but once you're past the 100-page mark, I say this every single time, it gets better. And then what do I do before the 100-page mark? I'm like, I don't know if this book is for me. The writing's bad. But I will say the writing is not optimal, okay? I really love reading, and I'm just gonna look past it, so... because I want to enjoy my time. But it's I feel like it could definitely be better. Like, the plot line, I don't know. I feel like there's so many pieces of the book that are unique, but average. I hate saying that. That sounds so mean. But, like, the overall concept of the romance feels very, 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 very cheesy. Luckily for you and me, I like cheesy. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, it's not going to turn me off. But some people, I know they wouldn't be able to get through this because they're like, that's so unrealistic. Their ways of thinking are not realistic. It's annoying because they just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. And, like, I have those thoughts, but, like, it's not bothering me as much as, like, other things would in books. Like, we all have things that we just, like, can't read about and, like, can't stand. But I will say, like, for it to be this beautiful, pretty cover and the story to be this... I'm not going to say it's unique in the sense of, like, never done before, but it's unique in the sense of, like, anybody would love to read a book about a coffee shop owner. A small coffee shop owner. Like, in the fall, too. Like, for the cover to be what it is, for the concept to be what it is, I feel like the writing and the way that the story is being told is so average. It could be better. But I will say, I am enjoying my time. It's just very cheesy. Very cheesy, so. But if you like cheesy, this is the book for you. But the writing, no matter which way you look at it, it's not great. It's not good. The quotes are nothing spectacular either. They're just like, I like reading about love, which I've said this before. There's no quotes that I've underlined. I feel like it's not that type of book. There's nothing there that has made me contemplate life yet. So there's that. I do like the overall themes and the overall bigger picture of things. But I feel like if you really wanted to dissect and like deep dive into like whether this is like a good book in comparison to other romance books that I've read, that's where we start to get dicey. Because I'm like... No, I don't know why I went into that deep dive, but those are my thoughts for the end of tonight. I'm going to do some flashcards. As you can see, my computer is literally off. I really don't want to do flashcards, but this is the name of the game. Bye. Tell me why this line reminds me of Zayn from... I feel so bad when people are like Zayn from One Direction because he's a solo artist now. So Zayn, you know? But like Zayn that was a part of One Direction. He should have stayed home with his chickens. When I tell you, my brain was like, oh, so Zayn. Will I be picturing this guy as Zayn from now on? Probably not. But like, that was just so funny to me. If only you guys could see how you were sitting. I have some thoughts. I'm on page basically 200. It's 199, chapter 19. And like I said, I like cheesy. And it's cheesy. But it's so surface level. I like am trying not to judge it because it's not that type of book. Like I'm not expecting any emotional like, you know, angst or turmoil to be caused within me. But there are some really good, like, deeper things within our characters. Like, I personally feel like our characters have pretty good backstories, which is so confusing because the romance is so surface level at this point. Like, I can't even express to you guys because, like I said, I don't want to give anything away. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to cut out a lot of what I already said because I feel like I've just said too much. But, yeah, our characters have a lot of depth to them and a lot of backstory, which is very interesting to read. It did take me a little bit to get into it, but now I'm invested. But the overall like romance of it is surface level, so it's like confusing in my brain because I'm like expecting one thing or expecting like it to get deeper and deeper, and then like it just gets cut off and we're on to the next scene. And I'm like, but maybe that's the point. Maybe like we as a reader get to see inside of their heads and we know their past, and they're both trying so hard to be a certain way that it's coming off as surface level. You get what I'm saying? Maybe this author's a mastermind. Maybe. If that's the case, then I think that I'll like it a lot more. But I just like, I'm so confused because I'm like, the ball is in our male main character's court. I'm gonna just say that. He cares, but at the same time, it's never that he doesn't care. I just feel like both of our characters are dealing with extreme anxiety over certain situations and social awkwardness. And two socially awkward and anxiety-filled people come together. And it makes the story feel like, what? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, what? Like, are you cool? Like... like what? I don't know. I really want to sit here and like binge it, but I'm not gonna allow myself to because it's the start of the week. I have a lot of stuff to get done. It's currently so late too. It's 8:19. That's not extremely late, but late to be doing this. I started uploading a video, which is my mistake because now I have to sit here and babysit it for a minute. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I probably will read some more tonight. And just update you guys tomorrow, or maybe I'll update you when I finish it because I would say that's a little bit over half, or maybe it's half. Something just happened too, and I'm like confused. Like I thought I knew what was gonna happen, I thought I knew what was going on, but now I'm like, I'm not so sure. So, okay, I swear I'm really putting the book down for the night, but I just have one more thing to say. But let me finish reading this real quick. Okay, I really like the fact that this book is mature in the sense of like there hasn't been, I don't know, in the beginning I feel like I said that they were like not really, I never said that they weren't communicating, but it was like they were like, oh, what's the words without, let me get my thoughts together so I don't say anything that I wouldn't want to be said. In the beginning of the book, I felt as if we were kind of stuck in this revolving door centered around the two issues that they have, like the two like main concerns that they have with their backstories. And although we're still going around the revolving door, I like the fact that this author doesn't make them miscommunicate, at least not right now where I'm at, and I'm over halfway, and I just love that because it almost just makes it so much sweeter and gives it the depth that it needs for me to feel comfortable with things proceeding the way that they are. In the layman's, I don't even know how to use that term, so I don't know why I tried to use it. In the simplest way possible. That's all I have to say. There's this one scene, and I just knew it was gonna be like a book lover situation, which I'm sorry for all the people who love that book. I have not picked it back up since that moment because it had me heated because I was like, why are we acting like this? And we're 35. I still can't get over it. I'm going to finish it though. I'm going to give it another chance because I shouldn't judge people by their age, but like it really just had me heated. And she's freaking 28. I don't know how old he is, but like the fact that it wasn't a book lover situation. Love the communication. I'm here for it. Wow, that just made my heart so happy. But she just made such a good point about like her situation, and it's just, I don't know, I really like her. I really like the things that she thinks about, the things that she says. I also like that she's not timid. She's more of like I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know that she's timid because you're in her head, but like she doesn't let that stop her from doing the things that she wants to do. I really like that. I think that's very inspiring in the female character POV realm. That doesn't really make sense, but let's just pretend like it does. I don't know. I'm gonna be excited to read a bit more tomorrow. I know I said I would come back when I finish this, but I had to add that. I actually forgot that I said that until I just remembered because I was like, I have a headache, and that's why I said I would come back like later. And like I can't read anymore tonight. Like I tried, but like my head is literally hurting, and I need to still do other things. No rest for me right now. So good night, and hopefully next time you guys see me, I will have finished this or be reading it and talking about it and on my way to finishing it. Hello, guys. It is the next day. I don't know why I'm talking like that. It's the next day. I just finished the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It had a really cute ending, so let's go through my questions so I don't spoil anything because I am trying to be better about reading vlogs, talking about books in ways that I would appreciate if I were watching someone. So, I did write down some thoughts that I wanted to say. I forgot. I wrote down, I love how emotionally intelligent they are and how they communicate. One thing that I just get it's not even that I like am upset by it, but I expect it, is like third act breakups, miscommunication that lead to the third act breakup. So during this book, there were several times where I just knew that the characters like weren't gonna talk about it, or they were just gonna flee the scene or like dip out. You know when you're reading a book and they just like don't say what they want to say, but you know what they want to say because you're in their head and you're just like, oh, we're gonna have to wait like another week, another 3 pages before we figure out what happens. She had several opportunities to do that in this book, and she didn't. She made them communicate, which I really appreciated. I wanted to say that, but let's go through the list. What were the overall vibes? Was it funny? Did it make you cry? Were you kicking and giggling your feet? I was giggling and kicking my feet a little bit, but not much. The overall vibes were definitely fall, Gilmore Girls, and Sweet Magnolias. If you watch that show on Netflix, that's what was going through my head when I was reading it. Did you like the female main character? What did you like about her? Was she witty? Did she love? I did like the female main character. I feel like in the beginning it was hard for me to relate to her, but I feel like the book just kind of took off slow, so that's not her fault. I liked her outlook on love. I liked her outlook on life and changing your life path after a certain age. I feel like a lot of times we're told, like, once you get into college or whatever, you have to stick to this one path. And there's so many things that happen to you after college that I cannot stress enough that just change you as a person. And she has something that changes her outlook on life happen. And it's just it was very cool to read about it in her perspective and in her mind. And it was a very good reminder that you can change your life at any point in time. You can change it around. You can adapt to have a simpler life, which is what I like to try to do. I feel like although I do live a life that's pretty laid back, I would say, there are certain things that stress me out, and there's certain stressors that I put in my life. And sometimes I have to remind myself that, like, there are other ways to decompress and things that you can do that will make life seem simpler. So, for instance, instead of saying, like, oh, I'm gonna run to McDonald's and get something to eat really quickly because I don't have time to cook, I like cooking and preparing food, and it makes me happy. Have I been doing that recently? No. Actually, half and half. But, like, she just took that aspect of, like, wanting the simpler things in life and holding on to it and fighting for it very seriously, and I appreciate that. And I liked her outlook on love too, but I feel like it's not she's not one that I'm gonna remember for that specific thing, if that makes sense. What season did you read it in versus what season did you wish you read it in? I read it in the fall. I think you should read it in the fall. Obviously, it's called The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Is there overall spoiler-free tropes you could say? Small town vibes, found family, slow burn, rom-com. Definitely small town vibes. Definitely found family. I would say it is Grumpy Sunshine, but those are the only tropes that I can think of without like giving anything away. I really did enjoy it, so. And normally I don't enjoy the whole Grumpy Sunshine thing. I think that it's kind of dumb, but I think that this author did it in a way where I didn't hate it. Did you like the male main character? Yes. Now his outlook, his character backstory was probably, I don't know, I really like the main female character's backstory too, but I really liked his because it just goes to show, like, I feel like the way that he thought about things and the way that his anxiety and trauma came up is a very similar way to how I think my anxiety and things like that come up. So it's very interesting to read about and see just how like little triggers and stuff would make him act irrationally. And even though he was screaming inside that's not what he wanted to do, he still did it anyways because you just get stuck and rooted in your ways. So I enjoyed him and his backstory. Do characters have depth to them? Yes, I've said that. Where the backstory is good? Yes. They were good in the sense of like, for it to be a short little romance book, I feel like she went pretty in depth. I will say they feel pretty 3D, pretty real, I would say. I mean, I just don't expect to see them because I don't believe this town exists in real life. I mean, if I walked into a Stars Hollow looking town, I'd be like, okay, where are they at? But yeah, their backstory made them seem real and plausible, and it wasn't these shallow people that I was reading about on page and paper. Like, they had a good backstory. They had some depth, long story short. Is it more plot driven? Is it romance driven? Was it 50-50? I'll say it was completely romance driven. I don't think there was much plot outside of the romance. There's a little bit of something that was actually pretty good, but I feel like you can see it coming from the beginning, but also our character sees it coming from the beginning. But I still enjoyed it. What's a book that this reminds you of? Honestly, I was thinking this when I was reading it like a few nights ago. It reminds me of any Sarah Adams book that you could pick up because of the small town vibes. I will say Sarah Adams' writing is better than this author, but the storylines, honestly, they're kind of similar. So it reminds me of Sarah Adam books. Did you binge this book? How late did you stay up reading it? Did you give yourself a headache reading this? I did not binge this book. I feel like this was more of my sane reads where I read it like a normal person, a few chapters a day, here and there. Hold on. Yes.
Hey, honey bun.
Hi, why'd you FaceTime me?
I got a surprise for you.
What is it? Okay, sorry about that. So like I was saying, I feel like I read it normally. A few chapters here and there every night. Is there a movie on it? Did you picture the characters that way? Which is better? And which order did you watch it? No, there's not a movie of it, but I feel like if you wanted to know how I pictured some of the scenes, like I said, Gilmore Girls, if they say anything about like any type of hangout, I was thinking of like Sweet Magnolias. And then, what was the other show that I said? Gilmore Girls, Sweet Magnolias. Did I say something else? I can't remember. Low key though, anytime I read a book about a coffee shop, I don't know why, but I either picture it as the coffee shop that I worked in, which is what I did for this book, or I picture it as Wired from Alexa and Katie. I don't know why, but that's how. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this book. For the writing to not be my favorite, I feel like it was a pretty decent, like, plot, storyline. Like, I didn't hate it. I feel like if there wouldn't have been good character depth, if I wouldn't have enjoyed the two characters individually and together, I definitely don't think I would have been able to get through it. And I feel like, I don't know if it's just because I started enjoying the story more, but I feel like I only noticed the writing in the beginning. So it's probably because I was enjoying the story more. But like I said, I'm excited to read Cinnamon Bun Cafe, which is next. I won't be reading it next in this vlog, but at some point, I think I'm going to space. I only have 3 more romance books left, so I need to space them out in between the thrillers because they're freaking me out. They're freaking me out. But yeah, I'm gonna update my Goodreads. I think I'd probably give it like 3.25, 3.5, somewhere around there. It's not a 4, but I didn't hate my time reading it. I'm glad that I read it. I do want to update on That's My Name. I'm about to change it to 4 stars because I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. I don't know if it'll ever be 5 stars because I'm not giddy about it, but I feel like, are you ever giddy about a thriller? I hope not. Like, I literally can't stop thinking about it. It's weighing on me. Yeah, so I'm about to fix that real quick. I'm gonna put 3.25 stars. I'm gonna stick with that, and then if I keep thinking about it or want to change it to 3.5, then I will. Yeah, that's all. I probably will take the rest of today and maybe tomorrow off of reading. I say that, but I never know. But I know that I will be reading a little bit for sure on Thursday because I have a spa appointment in the afternoon. So I'll probably go hard in the morning and then take the afternoon sort of kind of off. Not really. I think I'm gonna continue to read the naturals. Like I said, I think I have mostly thrillers left. I've been checking off my little list that I kept on my phone of the books that I wanted to read. Let's see, where is it? I have The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which hasn't even come yet, and I ordered it before I started filming this video and before my fall TBR video. Maybe Meant to Be. I read the back of this. I think in my fall TBR I said that it was a love triangle or a love square. I don't think so. I think I misunderstood the interpretation, so I don't know. It might be okay, but I remember What Happens at Midnight. What Happens After Midnight was pretty good, but still wasn't my favorite. I don't know if I'll like this one, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, those are my only 2 romance books that I have left. And so I have to split up because I have The Housemaid, If He Had Been With Me, Verity, Truly Devious, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, The Naturals. All of those sound incredibly taxing and incredibly just scary. I'm scared. I don't know if thrillers are for me. I don't know if I'll do this again. I don't know if I